The Bride of Machu Picchu, a legendary love story lost in the clouds. Where the clouds touch the stones, Peru holds many secrets, but none are older, none are heavier, none are more haunting than the stones of Machu Picchu. Some say the citadel remembers everything: the footsteps, the prayers, the tears, and even the promises of those who once stood at the top of the world. And among those ancient echoes, there is one story whispered more than any other, a story of two lovers who challenged fate itself, a story locals still call La Novia de Machu Picchu, the Bride of Machu Picchu. Tonight, their legend returns. Chapter 1. The Children of the Sun. Hundreds of years ago, when the Inca Empire stretched across mountains and clouds, there lived a young warrior named Cusco. He was strong, quiet, loyal, a protector of the sacred city, chosen to guard Machu Picchu's western gate. But what made him truly special was not his strength or his skill with the spear. It was the softness in his heart. Whenever he looked at Lianna was the daughter of a priest family, a lineage said to speak directly with Inti, the sun god. She had eyes like dawn breaking through fog, and a voice, the elders said, could soothe the mountains themselves. They grew up together, running barefoot across terraces, chasing llamas, laughing between the stones that now sit silent under tourist footsteps. But as they grew older, their laughter turned into glances, and those glances into something stronger, something forbidden, because Lianna was chosen for a sacred purpose. Her destiny belonged not to a man, but to the gods. At least, that's what everyone said, except Cusco. He had only one belief: the heart is also sacred. And Lianna, she believed him. Chapter 2. Love at the top of the world. The two lovers met in secret, not out of shame, but out of respect for the rules they were slowly breaking. They met on the high terraces, at dawn, when the valley still slept under blankets of fog. Cusco would bring her wildflowers, and Lianna would bring him stories. The priests whispered in the temple. One morning, as the first golden ray touched the stones, she told him, "The sun god listens to all hearts, even those that tremble." He smiled and answered, "Then he must hear mine loudly." She laughed, a laugh so light it could have floated into the clouds themselves. But happiness doesn't stay long. When destiny stands in the way, rumors spread. Whispers reached the priests. Lianna's father warned her, "Your path is chosen. You cannot love a warrior." She lowered her head, but said nothing. Some battles are fought in silence. Chapter 3. The Storm of Prophecy. One night, as a storm swallowed the mountain, the high priest announced a prophecy. A darkness approaches Machu Picchu. Only a sacrifice of pure spirit can protect the city. Everyone knew what that meant. Everyone except Cusco, because the prophecy pointed to Lianna. She was to undergo a sacred ritual, one that required her to be separated from all earthly ties, including love. When Lianna learned this, she ran to Cusco in tears. "Promise me," she whispered. "Promise me you won't forget me." Cusco held her face gently, rain running down both their cheeks. "I could forget the sun before I forget you." Lightning cracked across the sky, as if the heavens themselves were torn between destiny and love. Lianna gripped his hand. "Then meet me, one last time, at dawn, at the highest stone." He nodded, tears mixing with the rain. Little did they know, dawn would change everything. Chapter 4. The Last Sunrise. Dawn came slowly, pushing pink light across the terraces as Cusco climbed the steep path toward the ritual stone, the Intihuatana, the hitching post of the sun. Fog rolled in like soft ghosts, and the wind carried a familiar scent, Lianna's perfume made from jungle flowers. He reached the top, and she was there, dressed in white, hair braided with sun-colored threads, a ceremonial dress meant for a life she never wanted, her eyes filled with both joy and heartbreak, two emotions fighting for space. Inside one fragile soul, "I wanted to see the sunrise with you," she said. "And I wanted every sunrise with you," he answered. They embraced, softly, desperately, knowing time was slipping through their fingers. Then, a horn sounded from below. Priests were coming. The ritual was about to begin. Lianna looked into his eyes one last time. "If the sun truly hears us," she whispered, "it will bring my voice back to you." And then she said the words that would echo for centuries. "Don't forget me, even if I become part of the mountain." Before Cusco could answer, priests reached them. He was pulled away. She was taken toward the ritual hall, and the fog swallowed everything. Chapter 5: The Vanishing. After that morning, Lianna was never seen again. Some said she completed the ritual and joined the spirits of the mountains. Some said she fled into the clouds. Some said the gods took her to protect the valley. Cusco refused to believe any of it. He spent nights searching the ruins, calling her name, listening for even the faintest echo. Only the wind answered. But Machu Picchu remembered. The stones are not silent, not truly. A year later, during the festival of Inti Raymi, villagers claimed to see a woman in white, walking along the top ridge. As dawn broke, she stood still, facing the sun. As petals of mist swirled around her, someone shouted her name, "Lianna." The figure turned slowly, but before anyone could see her face, she dissolved into the clouds. From that day forward, she became known as the Bride of Machu Picchu. Chapter 6: Echoes on the Mountain. Generations passed. Empires rose and fell. Tourists came and went, but the legend never faded. Even today, local guides tell visitors that if you stand near Intihuatana at dawn, on a foggy morning, you might hear a soft whisper, "Don't forget me." Some say they've seen a woman in white walking near the terraces, her dress blending into the mist. Others report a strange phenomenon, a sudden gust of warm wind, right when the sunrise touches the stones, as if someone unseen is brushing past them. One traveler wrote, "I felt a hand on my shoulder. When I turned, only a white flower lay on the ground." Scientists explain it as temperature shifts or optical illusions, but the locals smile because they know better. Truth is older than science. The promise the sun carried. Legend says a promise is never lost if it is made with the heart and witnessed by the sun. And every day, as dawn paints Machu Picchu in gold, Cusco's final words echo softly between the stones. "I could forget the sun before I forget you." Some promises are powerful enough to outlive the people who make them. Some loves are carved into mountains. And in Peru, some heartbreaks become legends. If this story moved you, leave A in the comments. Tell us which country's legend should come next. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because some love stories never fade from the mountains.